Welcome. Our spiritual exercise today is sacramental. Today, I am asking you for your spiritual exercise to consider a confession, a visit to a Catholic priest, and celebrate the sacrament of reconciliation. Let's talk a little bit about how to prepare for that, how to celebrate that, and the encouragements that come from God Himself for us there. As you prepare to celebrate the sacrament of reconciliation, I would encourage you to first of all be honest with yourself about two things. First of all, if there's any unconfessed sin, any sin that you've not confessed, any sin that is either on your heart since your last celebration of the sacrament of reconciliation, or any sin that has just out of shame or fear or for whatever reason been consciously omitted from previous confessions, that you would bring all of that to confession today. If God's love is particular, that means His mercy is particularly received, and we want to be able to name the particular sins that are there. The second thing that you would certainly want to bring to confession would be whatever themes have popped up in these first weeks of our journey together. Maybe in your prayer, the Lord has placed a particular pattern in your life, a particular way of thinking, maybe lies that are embedded in your heart. But just to bring all that to the Lord also. So you want to bring not only the sins of omission and commission, but maybe even today bring some of the thoughts, the patterns of belief that feed those sins. That's why we prayed with the story of the prodigal son, right? Why did he leave? That's the kind of stuff you want to bring to confession also. What is it that you're looking for whenever you go into the cycle of sin? So in preparation, I would encourage you to have a journal handy, your notebook handy, a pen and paper. You want to list out those sins so that you're clearly focused, not only in preparation, but also in celebration of the sacrament. As you go to confession today, tell the priest that you are in a time of intentional prayer, that you're on a little retreat, you might say, and that you want to bring to confession today the sins that have popped up since you've been praying about where God has you at this stage of life. Doesn't have to be overly long. Please God, many of you would have the opportunity to really linger in the beauty of the sacrament of reconciliation. But I also know in the reality of where the priesthood is these days, that it may not be as available as it needs to be. So if you just have to, tell the priest what's there and receive absolution, then that's enough, right? But if you can spend a little extra time, then certainly celebrate that with him. But just go to confession today. Some of us may struggle with going to confession. Maybe you have some theological questions that are there. But, if I might just love you, trust me here, you don't have theological questions about confession. You probably have a heart that just doesn't want to admit that you're a sinner to another human being because it's vulnerable. And I just want to love you there and say that I don't like going to confession. I don't like having to admit to another priest that I'm a sinner. But I do because I want God's mercy. And I do because God said to go to confession, and I'm just being obedient to God. And I do because I need absolution and I need forgiveness. And so do you. So, gosh, let's put the allurement or the illusion of theological questions aside and just get to confession and let God love you. Today's a big day. Please don't let this opportunity pass you by. God longs to give you freedom, That's why we're on this journey. And if we're going to move forward on the retreat, we need some time to say thank you, but that thank you is fueled by God's mercy, which we encounter and experience personally. So be encouraged with God's desire to forgive you. Be encouraged with the priesthood's desire to be used as an instrument of Jesus to give you absolution. Be not afraid. Let the Lord love you today sacramentally as you celebrate the sacrament of reconciliation. God bless you.